Hi guys, welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. We're going to make the Fehu 2 now. Save. Okay. So this time we're going to make an ion engine, which it's iffier to get these into orbit. It is not as easy as the regular engine. So there's our xenon fuel container. We can get to Mun or Minimus with this once we're in space. Just because it's tiny, but it does its job. Okay. Now, just to give it a purpose, we'll give it a big honkin' communication thing. One battery pack. And let's see. The more of these you do, the better, but we're going to make it very satellite looking by only giving it 2. Okay. And instead we'll give it a scientific instrument, the gravioli detector, so that it can actually have a job, other than just communication. Okay, doesn't have very much battery life, which is not ideal for an ion engine. I will say that right now, it's not ideal. But once we get that open, it'll look like a satellite, and it'll behave like one. So, we'll save that and get started on the rocket itself. Ah boy. Now, how do I want to get this in space? This does take more work than the previous rocket did. So, we'll drag that up a bit first. Now, nice long fuel tank? Maybe. This is an excellent rocket. It uses very little fuel. I don't need that. It uses very little fuel, so we will have very little fuel. That's just to help it once it's up there. This might not even be necessary, but I'm going to play it safe. Okay, actually, we will play it extra safe by putting the advanced SAS module there, and by giving it thrusters with an RCS fuel tank. Now, control the RCS thruster block. I like this thruster block better than this one, just because this shoots in 4 directions. This one, I'll show you guys. The linear one only shoots in 1 direction because it's linear. The thruster block shoots in 4. We will have 4 of these, and that'll be awesome. Okay, let me see. So it separates, fires, separates, fires. Excellent. Propulsion. Now we'll use the big one with that. And what am I doing? Okay. Get these. We'll take 8 of them. Propulsion. Solid fuel boosters. Okay. This thing is a death trap right now. It is going to spin uncontrollably and explode. We will put aerodynamic nose cones to make life a little easier. And now we make it less death trappy. We connect these. Now they will behave like they're one gigantic thing. You're also going to move. We'll try it so that it doesn't fire all at once. What we are going to do, however, is move the liquid fuel engine inside there so that it will fire immediately when these separate, because that is going to be very good. We want this to be able to escape these and not have the back of the rocket get damaged if this part starts to turn after it gets separated, because that would be bad. Okay, and we'll connect the nose cones to that. Okay, and save. This is more than enough to get this little thing into space. You guys saw how little it took to get the Fehu 1 into space. This should definitely work. I hope. You always have to add the I hope because of how often things explode. Okay. Now, throttle up, activate the SAS, activate the thrusters, and fire. Pull that up. We have the Fehu 1 acting as a line. Okay. Please work. So you see, this one wobbles a bit more than the Fehu 1 did because it's bigger, and that happens. Apoapsis is tiny. However, if this stage gets us out of the lower atmosphere, everything's fine. I just hope it does. Just barely. Okay. We've separated. And we're still climbing at a good speed. Excellent. So that worked perfectly. We're turned. Why did we turn? When did we turn? It was when we separated, didn't it? Balls. Okay. Deactivate the SAS. Spin. No, 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 no. Not turn. Spin. Okay. Spin to win. Spin it. Spin. Spin slightly. There we go. Okay. Now we have plenty of fuel. So we're just going to turn. We don't technically need the thrusters, but it makes life so much easier. And get to 90. The reason why I picked 90 is with the planet's rotation, this is working with you. You're already going to automatically be going for the 90. Just because of how the planet rotates. Okay. Extend panels. Extend panels. Open that. And activate the engine again. There we go, just in time. Interesting music. Was that Mun? Why did I think I saw a moon? How can you mistake something for a moon? There's no Death Star around here anyways. Angle up a bit, just because we're past the apoapsis. And now. Whoa, whoa, thrusters, thrusters. Balls, balls. Okay, there. Throttle back up. And the music stopped? Why did the music stop? Okay, this should work. We've dropped under the point. We've dropped back into the danger zone. Yeah. According to that, we're back in the upper atmosphere. We do, however, have plenty of fuel. So So actually, this should not be a problem at all. Let's go back to going straight to the horizon just to get the maximum stuff. We want to turn this into the periapsis. We want this to be the bottom of our orbit. And if the apoapsis is there... There we go! It popped up. Okay. We need this to be higher. Oh god, we're making this wonky. Okay. Angling this back up. Seeing if we can raise that periapsis quickly. As long as we don't get into the middle atmosphere, we should be fine. Okay. This was a little dangerous. Basically, I should have let it go straight up further and not waited so long to start going sideways. By cutting it as close to the danger zone as I could, yeah, did not go well. I don't want to speed it up because that changes physics and makes things go all crazy. Ooh, had to burp. This orbit is going to deteriorate. The little bit of atmosphere that we're in will gradually slow this ship down every time it passes through here. Click on the resources just to make sure that's up. Yeah. Why are we constantly doing the monopropellant? Stop. Turn it off. Just turn it off. We're wobbling a little bit. That's okay. Actually, looks like we're wobbling a lot. I don't like that. But, yeah. Okay, we are past the periapsis. Sounds like a tongue twister. Once we get above this line, we'll be able to speed it back up again. Which shouldn't be too long. I have an orbit that I want for this. A specific orbit that I want for this. Just like how I had an orbit for the last one. And we will be using the ion engine soon. Very soon. Oh, come on. People are watching this! Ugh. Okay, I should be able to fire up the engine at the apoapsis. Should have enough sunlight for it. Where did the mun go? There's mun. Hi. So you're kind of right above me right now? Yeah, there you are. Hi! You're a moon. Okay. Can I speed this up yet? No. That would be too much to ask. Okay. Okay. We'll just sit here staring at a screen. Yeah. Music's not even starting up because we're not in space. It looks like space. It should be space. Okay, we've only got 4,000 miles? 4,000 meters. Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. Abort? No. Okay. I just love that. Okay. We are now high enough for it to be considered outer space. Fire that up. Can I warp faster while below where we're at? Fine, whatever. As you can see, we're losing electricity because we're on the dark side of the planet. Okay, now that we're gaining electricity, we're going to do something weird. Just to reduce the amount of space junk, we're turning around. We're going to fire our radioactive rocket until we know it will crash into the planet Kerbin. Okay, it's gonna crash. Now, I'm going to angle up for what I'm about to do, so I don't accidentally hit anything. Lock on target. Might as well shut off the RCS. We're never going to use it again. There we go. Now it's just the probe. And we need to speed right the heck back up. Otherwise, we're going to lose the probe. Oh, Raffernaffy. Fire the engine. The engine looks blue. That's all there is to it. A full battery only makes a difference of 10,000 meters. And the way, interestingly enough, I'm angled this way, if I angle directly towards the sun, we can increase how much power we're getting, which lets us recharge batteries faster. You want to recharge your batteries faster, especially in this circumstance. We could also just fire the batteries, or fire the engine to have it constantly going. But yeah. And my dog has just eaten an entire bone in like 5 minutes. I'm going to have to let her out because she's going to puke it back up because she's a dog and she doesn't know better. Great. But I'm going to wait until she starts hacking. So can we still see? Yeah, there's the back half of the rocket. Fehu 2 debris. That's all it is. There's another way to get rid of debris, but I like doing it the old-fashioned way instead of cheating. You can, in this mode, if you can still see it, you can select it, take control of it, and then end the flight. But yeah. Okay, re-angle for sunlight. Battery's full. Fire the rocket. Well, engine, whatever. This has to get to 70. That is the magic number. Power back down. This gets a lot more complicated when you have to deal with... yeah. Long story short, I got something to orbit Lathe, which is one of the moons of Jewel. I have been dying to get something to orbit Lathe, and specifically to land on Lathe. Except that I kept getting on the planet, or on the dark, or Lathe is a moon, so the planet it orbits kept getting in the way of the sun, and I kept losing power. It was really annoying. But we don't have that issue here. Periapsis, keep going up. Okay, we're over halfway there. Just got another 20,000 meters. Why do I keep going with the 20,000? Just say kilometers. It's easier. Erg. Repositioning to get the most energy in the least amount of time. Yeah, but as you guys saw, having this line here and visible really made getting this into orbit a lot easier for me. Okay, fire the engine again. Come on. Since we got this orbit from like 45,000 or something, I know that this is safe enough-ish. I just don't want to run any risks. I want to be legit in space. Thank you very much. Okay. Now in the upper right corner with the electric charge resource, you see how it's going up now and it says minus you guys might not actually be able to see it because of the resolution I upload. It says minus 2.81 on the far right of that bar. That's how much energy you're using. So when it's positive, like right now, I'm using 2.67, whatever it measures electricity in. Right now, I'm getting at I'm getting at 2.81. And there we go. We have an orbit. Speed things up. A little bit faster. A little bit faster. Slow down automatically because we drop below a certain point. And slow it down. Okay. I want this to orbit at 100,000 kilometers. 100,000 kilometers? 100,000 meters. 100 kilometers. So, once we get to the periapsis, we'll slow things down so that we can lower that apoapsis, or however it's pronounced. We're getting very tiny amounts of electricity right now because I've got the engines running. Because this is going to take a while to get this thing down. But anyways, like I said, because this thing uses so little fuel, I mean, in adjusting our orbit, we've only used 9 things of xenon gas. This thing can get around the entire system here. We can go to the Minor Minimus very easily. Once you get an orbit around a planet, basically, you can navigate different orbits around there really easily with this engine. Getting from one planet to the next is extremely time consuming with this engine. Don't bother. Just don't. Go for something a little bigger. It can do it, but you have better things to do with your life. You really do. If you don't, I pity you so much. Okay, let's throttle up a little. No, not that much. Once this thing gets to the dark side of the planet, we're screwed. At least get it down to 350. That would be nice. Basically, with 2 solar panels, you'll never get the throttle up to 5, which is that first big mark at the bottom. 2 and 3 are more the range you're going. I'm at a 3.5 right now. Whatever that means. Impulse 3! Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Yeah. And you can tell what type of nerd I am. Okay, come on. Almost at that little goal I set. Then when we get to the apoapsis, we'll just adjust this a little bit. The periapsis, we don't have to adjust that much. This darling, I'm going to use the word darling, has a long way to go. Okay, 350. And warp speed. And get to it. And cut it. Okay, get it to 90. Fire the engine again. This way we can hopefully get the periapsis up to 100. Now, as I said, I had a specific reason for doing this. That reason being, you remember that gravioli detector I put on there? The thing that measures gravity? We're going to measure Kerbin's gravitational pull at approximately 100 kilometers. That is very useful, because once we know the gravitational pull of Kerbin, we can put a satellite into orbit around a moon or another planet, and have it be the same distance, and we can measure, or then we can use that info to compare what we'll need to put a lander down. So anything that's 100 kilometers away, yeah, I can tell if it's going to be a stronger pull and need a sturdier lander, or if it's got a weaker pull and I can, you know, have some elbow room, kind of. $98. Come on. $99. $100. Okay. Speed time up. This mission has lasted in total 1 day. 1 day? No, 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour, 22 minutes, and however many seconds. The MET is mission estimated time, by the way. Drop it down to a 3. We're still using power faster than we're gaining. What? Hold. Decide what you are. Positive or negative? Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. We've got 1. Can we get up to a 2? No, we can get a 2.5. Love the music for this, by the way. I don't normally have it on because I'll play this while I'm watching things or uploading things, or usually I've got something else that I'm listening to and just kind of try to multitask a little. We want to keep exactly 90 degrees in one direction, well, 270 in this case, and 0 right on the horizon as much as possible. I think we can throttle up to a solid 2. Yeah! Whatever that means. We'll readjust the periapsis when we're on the other side. I mean, the periapsis can't fall that quickly. It's got to fall a lot slower than the apoapsis just because we're closer to it. Basically, if you want one side of your orbit to get bigger, you adjust it from the opposite side. So if I wanted to get the top of this circle to shoot off upwards, I would adjust it from somewhere at the bottom of the circle here. Oh boy. Well, the good news is the one side is only 3 times larger than the other. Joy of joys. Can I bump this up to a solid 3? No. No, that's impossible. It's crazy talk. PG. So, yeah. Is the gravioli detector on? No. Good. Because I don't want it to drain power. Like the communications thing already is. Can we get up to a solid 3 now? Yes, just barely. Good. I wish I knew what that meant. The throttle. It's just like it's not a percentage because that's 3 things of 5. So I don't know what's going on, but we're at a 3, whatever that means. And the top of it says 100. I don't get what the marking... What? Ugh. How does 15 and 100... Whatever. Whatever. Do we get more power from that? Okay. Just give it a good solid blast. And back down to 3. Oh, we could almost get 4. Do I dare? I'm gonna live dangerously. No! 4 was too much for the old girl. 3 it is. Fine. Now that I've adjusted orbit, can I get a 4? Oh, it's exactly even. Okay, I can adjust a little bit. If we're going at 4. Alright. We've already slowly orbited past the periapsis. We've almost got this down to 250. Come on! Ugh. So close. "56, 55. This must be thrilling. Watching things in space as numbers go down slowly. Wonderful." Okay, there we go. 250. Speed it up. Warp speed. Can I go a little bit faster? Thank you. A little bit faster? No. Nope. Gotta have a big honkin' orbit for that to work. Okay. Position things. So we're... Basically what it is we are now perpendicular to the planet's surface. Accelerate so that we get that back up to 100 kilometers. And orbit to the opposite side of the planet. Be careful and don't speed up time too much. I used to make that mistake all the frickin' time. Okay. Give it a good solid burst until the electricity goes down to like next to nothing. And now go back down to a 3. Yep, 3 is as high as we can go. We're gaining electricity at 0.15. Whatever that means. I don't know some of these terms and what they mean. I just know the negative sign is a good thing because we're getting electricity. And the meter's going up slowly. And my dog is barking at something. Probably a small bug. Yeah. At least it's not a skunk. Please don't be a skunk. I don't smell any skunk. Hope it's not skunk. Anywho. Okay. We've only got 100 kilometers more to go. Ugh. She has to go outside and bark every night. I don't know why. She just has to go out and bark. It was like the 100-yard thing from like the 101 Dalmatians or what? Probably just yo mama jokes at that dachshund across the street. She hates that dachshund. I mean, if I joke that it's her boyfriend or anything, she'll curl her lip at me and everything. She does not like that dachshund. Come on. Okay, 200. Okay. We're moving at a solid 4. Not totally the direction I want to move, but it'll work. Whatever. At least it's better than not moving at all. Ugh. How's that going? Basically, as long as the periapsis doesn't go under 70, I'm good. Well, 70,000. Whatever, you guys knew what I meant. Where's Mun? You're awesome. Stay there. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Okay. 170. I'll just go down to... You know what? We'll just cut it there. And speed up time. We magically regained all of our electricity. And now we're using it. Okay. I don't like this. The apoapsis is on the dark side of the planet. Now I have to be careful so I can decelerate in time. Otherwise, the game won't let me speed up time. And that's really, really annoying. Okay. 100,495 meters. Excellent. Let's get back to that side of the planet. Come on. Yeah, our warp speed dropped because we're closer to the ground. Whatever. Oh, another thing. Coming down here, right-clicking on that. Sun exposure, 0.52. Energy flow, 1.04. Let's move a little. See, the numbers went up. Now they went back down. So that's how you can tell how much energy you're getting from the sun. Okay. Give it a good solid burst, and then we'll go back down to the wimpy speed. Ugh. That is a tiny island. It's sad that this whole planet has no buildings on it, but it's also awesome because I can let debris fall anywhere and it's no problem. They are, however... Oh, Farfanugan. I wasn't paying attention. That's the problem with the ion engine. If you're not paying attention, you will run out of electricity. And then you won't be able to do anything at all. But yeah. They are planning on adding realistic re-entry physics. Which... Oh, now you play an ominous chord. Thank you, background music. And now it's all happy and... Woo! Space! Everybody loves space! But yeah. Realistic re-entry physics are... unforgiving. They are. And it's going to make my horrible, horrible abilities to get on and off a planet much, much worse. Okay. We've almost got the ideal orbit. Come on! 45,000 more meters to go! Speed it up. And go back down to a 3. Yeah, 3. Ugh. What speed am I traveling at now? 2,272 meters per second. Well, 2,271 meters per second now. That is really, really fast. Or is it? I don't know. It seems fast. I don't know how fast that is in the grand scheme of things. If it was miles per hour, I would really know. But that seems fast. That seems really fast. I don't know how fast it is, but wow. I mean, it's 2,000 meters in a single second? Okay, yeah. Duh. 2,000 meters in a single second, that is insanely fast. Why would I even... Why... Okay, I'm an idiot for even questioning how fast that is. Just, yeah, I should not talk, but if I didn't, this would be a very boring video. Just, you know, readjusting orbits very slowly, with wonderful music in the background. Apoapsis is unforgivingly on the dark side of the planet. Great. Peachy. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Can I make it a solid 4? Yeah! Solid 4! Woohoo! No, I can't. 3. We'll just drop back down to a 3. No, 3.5! Live dangerously! 3.5! That's my current altitude. I'm not going to get that that apoapsis that much lower because I'm not that much lower. Okay. And stop. Spin. Spin it. Okay. Where's the 90? Hello. You are the 90. Just up, up. Not that far. That. No, no. Stop it. Stop it down. I want you on the line. Just. Okay, on the line. On the line. Be the line. There you go. Good. What the balls is wrong with you? Okay, decelerate, decelerate. Whew. I did not want to lose power. Otherwise, I would not be able to time warp and make this go faster. It would take minutes to reach where there's sunlight. Boring minutes. And now. And now that we're at the periapsis, we decelerate again, because that'll lower the apoapsis. No! Okay. Decelerate more. Okay, now the apoapsis is just within target. Periapsis. We shall fly to you again. I would love to warp faster, but I can't. Okay. Just so we can get this a little lower. Whoa, 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 that's low enough. Okay. How low is that? Pretty low. This is not limbo. We shall head to the apoapsis. And by head there, I mean we'll just kind of wait for it to happen. Without speeding up, this would have taken 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Yeah, 3.5 hours. Luckily, the game lets you speed up and slow down time. Need that periapsis to be a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit. There we go. Oh god. 100,001 meters per second. That's 1,081. Wow. That is really close to being a perfect circle. I normally get it within like anywhere within 1,000 I'm happy. And the gravity, or Kerbin's gravitational pull at this altitude, meaning close to 100,000 meters, is 7.21 meters per second up sine 2. I think it's something squared, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, that's the gravitational pull. It's, what is it? 7.21 at this altitude. So now we can measure the gravitational pull of planets and moons and use that info to decide what to send. And obviously, if you can't get something into orbit at this altitude, if it just gets sucked down, then you know you need to bring your A game. So, we will now leave this up here. No! Leave this up here forever. Space Center. Okay. So, yeah, we'll just do a quick little review from my friend. Fehu 2 gets in space easily. And we had leftover fuel to spare. I was able to eject this. Save it again just to be safe. And the Fehu 1, it's a bit tricky and minimal, but it does the job. And like I said before, the Fehu 1 does, it works with the regular fuel engine, the liquid fuel engine. With the ion engine, it's very tricky It can be done, but it's not worth it. You basically must launch it so that you're on the sunward side of the planet, and that you'll stay on the sunward side of the planet for as long as you can. Otherwise, it will not work. So, yeah, I'm going to make one more video of another Fehu 2. I will load that spaceship up. Come on, thank you. And I'll see you guys at the launch pad in the next video.